just checking out my banana plants. They're doing really good. So what are you doing? Oh, hey, hang on just a second. Some friends just showed up. Yeah, I think they're asking about the banana plants too. Yeah, I'll call you back. All right, cool, thanks. Sorry about that. I know you're really interested in bananas. So today I'm going to tell you a few simple tricks about bananas. I have seen bananas growing in West Virginia, but I've never heard of them actually producing bananas. So one of the things you got to know about bananas is they do need at least a subtropical environment to produce. Correct me if I'm wrong though in the comments. I would love to know if bananas can grow farther north than, you know, like say the southern Georgia coast. Got this up there. I just kind of want to show you how bananas grow. You will see them sending out kind of really long shoot, and that will turn into almost what looks like a bamboo, and then you'll have little flowers coming off of kind of a little pod. This is the end of it. They look actually kind of pretty when they're a little younger, but this is kind of dried out. It's at the end of its cycle of producing bananas, and they don't usually keep producing all the way through the flower cycle down here at the bottom. This is a typical production. Got, you know, maybe 20 bananas per stem. Now, this is a little tiny banana coming up out of the ground, and actually there's two of them, two cute little tiny bananas. Now these are actually part of the main stem. They are bananas are ribosomal plants, so if you cut them down, they will come back up from the roots. Sometimes you can cut this whole section out, and if there's still roots over there, they'll just come back up over there. And you know, one of the things about bananas that I want to mention is that after production, you want to make sure to chop the bananas down. The stems never produce twice. So you can just chop one down. I'll show you what I did here. I had one that I chopped down, and I laid it down here for compost, and don't trip. And you know, it'll just kind of break down into the soil. It holds a lot of water, so it'll actually keep that area a little bit more moister. But after you chop it down, you know, it's not going to kill the plant. It's actually going to redirect nutrients into the new one. These are connected plants right here. This is, I guess you could think of as the baby. It's actually the same plant, the little shoot that comes out. So, you know, once you get these things established and you protect them from a hard freeze, where the roots don't freeze, they will usually come back up. So that's the first thing you need to know. Second, they gotta have good drainage. I've got these elevated about maybe 4 inches off the ground. Got like a little log barrier I stole from the neighbors when they were throwing it out for the landfill. And then I've got a bunch of mulch and stuff that I got free from the tree company. And this is just gonna allow some drainage. These are tropical plants, and they are not just tropical plants. They come from areas that have extremely good soil. So the third thing you gotta make sure you do is you have to fertilize these things heavily. I've had a lot of friends not growing very many bananas or not getting much production because they are growing bananas and just kind of sticking them in the ground and hoping for the best. You gotta fertilize these things. These things come from Costa Rica, places like that where it's volcanic, very rich soil. So if you're not giving them enough nutrients, they're just gonna kind of say, yeah, we'll just hang out until we get better conditions, and that might be forever. So just fertilize them. I have gotten so much banana production that, well, it's shocking, truly shocking. And so the fourth thing that I want to mention to you is choose your banana selection wisely, and actually just get a variety of them and see which ones go. This is actually a Chiquita banana planted at the same time as what you saw over there, which is producing. That was actually called an apple banana that you saw when I was on the phone. And this is a Chiquita banana planted at the same time, and they are just struggling. They're not even producing ribosomal things, you know. And I think that leads me to the next point. Aside from getting the right type of banana, you also want to make sure that your bananas have a little bit of shade to start out. Now, bananas do like the full sun. However, when they're first getting started out, they don't. So if you can plant them kind of on the border, on a fringe line where it's partially shaded, partially sun, where they can grow out into the sun, that would be ideal. Those Chiquitas were kind of just super down in the sun. I think that might be one of the reasons they're stunted. Or it could just be that Chiquitas aren't really that great. Sorry, Chiquita, but I'm not impressed. Anyway, this is an example of a different type of banana. You've probably heard of it. It's called a plantain or a platano. And you know, people don't think about these as being bananas, but they are in the banana family. And you know, they do eventually ripen. They taste a little different than a traditional banana, but most bananas you grow in the wild do taste a little different. So, and another side point on plantains. Plantains, you can kind of think of them as the mother of bananas. They are usually a lot stronger. So when I say choose your bananas wisely, plantains are actually a lot easier to grow, especially if you're a little bit farther on the north line. And the plantain has a longer shelf life. It stays good on the shelf for quite a while. You can cut it when it's, you know, still green, and it will ripen up usually on the counter unless you cut it when it's a little bit too you know, unripe. But if you cut it, now let me give you a pointer on that since we're on that topic. How do you know if a banana is ripe? Well, these are not ripe. The ridges here, you can see it, are more angular. You want to wait until those angles, these angles on the ridges, kind of smooth out a little bit more. If you're not sure, just go to the store and look for a plantain and you'll see what I'm talking about. But these are not ripe. These will be ready probably in a few weeks, and you'll also see them getting typically a few spots or so on them, just some, you know, they'll start to change color a little bit maybe, but you don't have to wait for them to fully change color. But again, I love plantains because they'll stay alive on the shelf for quite a long time, and even after they turn dark brown, like a normal banana would be completely mushy, a plantain is still ready to go. And it's just like much firmer, has a little bit of a tart flavor. I totally recommend you getting a plantain and actually letting it go ripe. But sometimes at the stores, if you get them from the store, they pick them when they're way too unripe, and then by the time, you know, you get them to your shelf and wait a few weeks, they might actually start to rot before they turn ripe, which is really sad. A lot of people just like green plantains, and I like them both ways. You can make bananas and plantains in many different ways. So we'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments below. So if you liked this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and share a comment. If you have more knowledge about this stuff, we'd love to hear about it. And yeah, we're just trying to bring a little bit of demystification in the world of bananas. So I'm Jay Harvey Lewis, and we will see you next time with some more tips and tricks, and maybe some random videos too, in the world of trying to live a little bit more sustainably and, you know, connected to the earth. And you know, there's so much production here. We just gotta know what we're doing, get connected into the roots, and almost anybody can do what I'm doing. Anyway, if you don't like this video, then please just don't leave a comment, and don't hit that thumbs down button, that dumb thumbs button. Wait, backwards. And but if you do, please leave some comments and show some love in the comments. We're just trying to give you some tips for your gardening. So I hope that demystified bananas for you. Anyway, I'm Jay Harvey Lewis, and I will see you next time.